Hello everyone, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Hope you're all doing great out there, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. We have something a little bit different for you guys today. We're going to be showing some Star Wars love here on the channel. This, of course, is the Mythos Darth Maul Star Wars, of course, from our friends over at Sideshow Collectibles. And I want to give a big giant shout out to collector Eric Babcock, who filmed this footage for us. He's been getting in some really great pieces, and he wanted to do some of these videos for all of you out there so you guys can experience some of these that you might not normally see on this channel. And so I want to give, again, a big shout out to Eric for taking the time to film this for us. And again, this is part of that Mythos line, Darth Maul, Star Wars here, Sideshow Collectibles, just rocking these. They are so cool. Of course, they did the original lineup, and people were really jonesing for them to continue the line, and now they've delivered with 3 or 4 pieces now, which is really exciting. Of course, the box art's beautiful, that black classic Star Wars art. The inside of it looks really very, simple to remember where you put stuff, but I always appreciate videos like this because if you're ever going to pack it back away, if you're ever going to sell it, I always reference these things so I know exactly where things are, where you put them, the correct way to put them, and you don't have to worry about it. Also, you can see in the background he has some amazing Star Wars pieces, so it's really cool to see this in his collection. The base is really cool. Again, it's got kind of a small footprint, so you don't have to really worry about that, but it really has really nice Darth Maul art on the bottom, which looks great. And speaking of that base, it's just such a cool base here. Of course, it's Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine, whatever you want to call him, and obviously it is kind of a shrine to him, and obviously it's been toppled over, and Darth Maul is going to explode from it. Of course, the Mythos line is, something that we can envision happening, but never really did. Of course, we know now in some of the movies that Darth Maul does survive. But here we see his robotic form, so it's just something a little bit different. But the base here looks incredible. The rock work, the sculpting here, it really looks like it's all crumbling and exploding off of this, and I'm just really impressed with what I'm seeing here. I think it looks fantastic. Again, the face sculpt on it, it looks exactly like the actor. I'm just really impressed. And then as we start looking at the figure itself, you're going to see a beautiful paint here, really clean, crisp paint. Of course, he's got the robotic lower half. He is keyed in to 1 foot, so I wouldn't worry about that at all. Sideshow always does a really great job with the keys, so you don't have to worry about leaning or anything like that, but it does offer a tremendous dynamic pose here. I think it's really, really cool. And again, this statue is a little bit lightweight. It's not going to be too heavy, and so you don't have to really worry about that. But anyway, I think the upper half looks especially well painted, and then of course he's got kind of that lower skirt type thing coming off of him, which really is amazing because it looks so dynamic. You can see blacks, you can see grays, you can see tans. It's very three-dimensional looking, and of course it is fully sculpted. I know a lot of you out there hate fabric elements. Some of you don't mind them, but you don't have to worry about that with this one. Obviously, they key in from the back and the sides, so again you get this super dynamic cloth look even though it is fully sculpted. I tip my hat here to the Kucharik brothers who did the sculpt. David Igo did the design on this, as well as the Kucharik brothers did as well. But I'm just really impressed with the art direction on this piece. I think it looks really fantastic. And again, that skirt element just looks fantastic. I just love it. I love how dynamic it makes it look, and it takes kind of a simple lunging pose and really makes it come alive, in my opinion. So again, I tip my hat to the artist here, and the art direction here, just absolutely fantastic. Of course, this is the second Darth Maul that they've done. So you get 2 very different looks. Again, this one really capitalizes on that more robotic look. But as you can see, very, very dynamic. Paint looks very crisp and clean here. Obviously, here in just a second, we're going to have a chance to look at the head sculpts. There are 2 different head sculpts on this particular piece. Of course, he does have his saber as well, which we're going to see here in just a moment. This is a pretty tall piece at 23.5 inches tall, and it just looks great. I mean, there's one of the arms he's got on, and then boom, look at that face sculpt. This is one of 2. We're going to spend some time on the Longhorn portrait, which is probably my favorite between the 2, but I wanted just to give you kind of a quick view here of that one. So speaking of that long-horned view, I just think it's absolutely fantastic here. It looks so good. And I just think it looks very menacing. I think it looks fantastically sculpted. Again, those dimensions, 23.5 inches tall, 16 inches wide, and 17 inches deep here. And it does retail for $610. But just look at that. Look at that face sculpt. It is absolutely fantastic. It shows his rage, and it really does capture the actor here. I think it looks so good. And I just love the colors. I love how crisp and clean it all looks. It could have easily been sloppy with the red versus black, but I think they did a phenomenal job of making these lines look so good. And his portrait looks so good. And I just do not think you can go wrong with this piece, guys. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I really like what they've done here. Look at the way the teeth has that beautiful kind of yellowing effect. Look at the muscle definition in the arm. Look at the bandages that are wrapped around. Of course, it is fully sculpted. It's also cool to see his hand like that. You can see, I don't know if we've seen his hand bare like that. It just looks so great. Obviously, the area around his stomach looks like leather, but it's not. Again, it's fully sculpted. So that just goes to show you how well it's sculpted and how well it's painted. And again, I keep going back to the fact that it's so crisp and clean. And all of these paint elements, it just looks so good. Of course, the robotic elements are going to be kind of a shiny gray color, matte in some areas as well. You can see some different tones as well, so you're not just getting a solid gray, you are getting some different definition in color. Also some weathering you can see on here. What looks really good is metallic foot. And of course, he's springing off of this base, which does, again, look really, really incredible to me. But look at all the little intricate details. Look at that. It's just absolutely fantastic. You can see the hip wheel. It's just so good, and how he has created this thing. And just to survive, to be still part of the Sith, and it's just amazing. And again, I just love how he's exploding off that base. I think that just looks so good, so realistic, and I love their rock work that they've done here. I think it's probably the best base in the series, in my opinion. I think it's just incredibly well done. And I'm just really impressed. And, with that said, I do kind of want to wrap up here. Again, $610 USD. It is still available at Sideshow. I will put the link down below in the description if you would like to order. That does help support the channel there. Again, this is a limited edition of 4,500. 23.5 inches tall, 16 inches wide, and 17 inches deep. And it's just an incredible piece. Just absolutely beautiful. So much detail on this one. There's so much more footage here I have to show you guys, so I'm going to quit talking for a while and just let you enjoy what you see in front of you. Definitely in the comments down below, please leave your thoughts on this piece, whether you like it or not, whether it's one that you've added to your collection or you collecting this entire line. What do you think about it? I would love to know down below. So again, without further ado, let's check out some beats, and I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.